Few events in the realm of cryptocurrencies have been as high stakes and divisive as the continuing drama between Ripple and the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. But what if I told you that this legal conflict's ultimate goal is today, not just around the horizon? A Blackrock email leak recently set off the speculating frenzy by disclosing that XRP is scheduled to go live on Fedwire, the U.S. Federal Reserve's real-time gross settlement system, in only 72 hours. Correctly, XRP will be included into one of the most potent financial infrastructures worldwide by July 30th. The worst part is that $1,846 per XRP is no more only a pipe fantasy. It is an estimate grounded in some actual factual data. There is no conjecture here. We are about to dissect XRP in great detail. This is its future. Let us straightforwardly start this. The Bitcoin industry has been rocked by a leaked email from a Fed servant. This isn't merely conjecture. This is actual material with great weight. BlackRock's communication included confirmation on Fedwire integration. Officially scheduled to go live on July 30th is XRP from Ripple. The communication comes complete with official Fed letterhead and explicitly reads, RippleNet Fedwire integration complete. Launched July 30th. Fedwire is the real-time payment system run by the Federal Reserve, handling billions of dollars daily if you are not familiar with it. Why then is this such a game-changing event for XRP? Fedwire is the main settlement system of the Federal Reserve, the central bank of the United States. XRP is being incorporated into conventional finance at the greatest level if it is going live on this system. This confirms the value of XRP as a digital asset for real-time payments. More crucially, though, this allows XRP to start dictating the worldwide financial scene in ways most people never would have seen possible. Let us stand back and consider the wider picture. At now, SWIFT, the worldwide payment system, handles daily transactions of around $5 billion. That isn't a typo. 5 trillion. Furthermore, slow and costly, even if SWIFT is the accepted norm for overseas money transfers. Now come XRP. Imagine XRP catching just 1% of that daily volume. That daily influx comes to $50 billion. Applying that to the XRP pricing results in $18.46 per XRP. Now I understand your perspective. Though this sounds too good to be true, here's the reality. XRP and cross-border payments are already finding actual usage in the real world. Major banks, financial institutions, and payment providers all around are already using Ripple's RippleNet. So demand for quick, affordable, scalable solutions is only rising. XRP is positioned deliberately to profit from that. Still, the narrative does not stop here. Actually, looking at the AI-driven pricing forecasts makes it much more fascinating. Already projecting XRP at $1,868, Gemini, one of the most well-known Bitcoin exchanges and data sources, and here's the insane bit. This estimate is not derived only from conjecture or hype. Grounded in the recent Fedwire leak, the integration of Ripple's technology, and the demand XRP is set to release as it forms the backbone of let's dissect that even further. These forecasts suggest that institutional acceptance drives XRP's price rather than only speculation. The price will keep rising as more companies include Ripple's technology into their systems, and XRP becomes a fundamental component of world financial infrastructure. It relates more to when than to whether. This is not merely a transient pump. This is long-term institutional-backed growth. The integration with Fedwire is the engine that drives everything forward. Let us pause, nevertheless, to discuss the legal struggle. We all know about the Ripple against SEC litigation, and to be honest, many have conjectured that the case was the main obstacle separating XRP from its potential. Still, The reality is, Ripple is winning. The SEC has not been able to show that XRP is a security in the manner they meant, in spite of all the turns. Actually, legal professionals advising that Ripple is about to have a legal triumph, and insiders of the company have been leaking more and more. Ripple's rebuttal has been robust, and additional data on the SEC's overreach and their lack of a clear posture on crypto control has surfaced. Given Ripple's success, the SEC's requirement to keep treating XRP as a security is becoming moot. Actually, Ripple might have already gained control over the 40 billion XRP kept in escrow, something the SEC was depending on to restrict XRP's potential. Let's discuss the chronology now. The third quarter of 2024 marks Ripple's intended completion date for XRP integration into the Fedwire system. 4. This is important since it will be nearly impossible to overlook once XRP is completely included into United States financial system. We are not discussing some hypothetical possibility these days. This is now occurring. XRP is expected to be central in the third quarter of 2024, when FedNow, the real-time payment system of the U.S. Federal Reserve, is scheduled for introduction. And the cherry on top? Globally dominant Ripple. Ripple is looking for worldwide growth rather than just the United States. XRP-RP could shortly become the benchmark for cross-border payments worldwide thanks to their smart alliances with governments and banks all over. Imagine a world in which processing trillions of dollars per day, XRP is effortlessly included into financial markets from Asia to Europe and North America. Whale behavior among all this is among the most fascinating aspects. Large XRP holdings. Whales are moving in ways that point to something big approaching. Reports of massive XRP transfers, implying that big investors are getting ready for a notable price increase, have lately surfaced. Usually, whales moving their coins indicate a change in market mood. They have positioned themselves for a price explosion. Once this story gets traction, the price will soar. The supply shock gets more actual as whales keep aggregating their XRP holdings. Right now, only 5 billion XRP is in circulation. Once the 40 billion XRP in escrow is opened, estimate an 87% institutional ownership. Less coins will thus be accessible to individual investors, which increases demand on the price. The arithmetic is unambiguous. Should XRP seize a share of SWIFT's $5 billion daily transaction volume, prices would soar tremendously. You reach $18.46 per XRP this way. Let us therefore wrap this up. For XRP, the dam is breaking. Expect XRP to become pillar of U.S. financial infrastructure as RippleNet opens on Fedwire and the legal fight with the SEC draws to an end approaches. XRP's inclusion into FedNow and international payment systems is expected to unleash a crypto storm. There are clear projections available for us. If you have XRP, your moment has arrived. XRP is about to change the financial scene. The countdowns are under progress. The whales are already arranging themselves. The rest of the market will follow. Time to